Somebody says, Mike, I don't see you wear a belt when I squat or deadlift. Then if you could eat one carb source and one protein source, what would it be? Okay, my 10-year-old son wants to start lifting weights, which I think is great, but my wife thinks it's bad for him. Can you tell my wife this is not true? Okay. You guys thought that was a picture, right? It's not a picture. It's really me. Hey guys, what's up? Oof. It's weird when you start slicing and dicing, you look bigger than before. Good morning. I know most of you guys have been paying attention to this dry out week. I got my first meal here, my cream of rice, my steak, and my chicken. It is the 30-day blitz. Right now, I'm doing the dry out, but on Monday we start the 30-day blitz. So we only got a few more days for you guys, and I know a lot of you guys signed up and I love it, so I will be sending out your information so you guys know what to do. Again, the 30-day blitz, please, if you're thinking about doing it, give us some thoughts. Do you change? Oh my gosh, do you change? Do you in the best shape of your life in 30 days? Holy cow, can you kill that music? One of the biggest things though is it is tough. It is tough. It is really, really, really tough. And so again, I'm going to be the guy that goes and doesn't do the good sales pitch and say, hey, go do this. I'm going to say, probably don't do it. You probably mentally can't do it. Physically, it's tough, but mentally, it beats you down. The only thing that really keeps you going is the fact that you retain all that muscle. You see every day your body changes so quickly. And this is the program where I use all the little tricks and stuff that I would rather you guys not use during the year and just use at one time to get really sliced. So we have a heck of a load of people. Oh, come here. Hit a bicep.
What?
Oh, sheesh. Yeah, she's going to get on the 30-day shred. We're all doing it.
I'm already shredded.
You're already shredded, but you're going to get even more shredded. Teresa has your phone.
Okay.
So let's see, the workout program, the nutrition program, everything comes with it. Also the check-ins on the Titan crew comes with it. All right, Michael Hearn, please, the ultimate advice in burning fat, the 30-day blitz.
Jeez.
It's right there. Advice, right there.
Do it.
Let me do this again. Ready? Ultimate advice for burning fat. It's right there. Natty for life. That's the only way to go, boys and girls. Only way to go. That way you keep all the muscle. As for you intelligent folks, you guys realize...
Mike, I've never seen you wear a belt when you squat or do deadlifts. Why?
Let's go down to that. Somebody says, Mike, I don't see you wear a belt when I squat or deadlift. Then my question, he says why? And I'd like him to see, why would I wear a belt when I weightlift? That might kind of give me an idea on where you're coming from. I think most of the people in here understand that I weightlift to be better, and to be better over a long period of time, not just a short period of time. So if you can, this will be a great way for us to interact. Answer the question, why would I wear a belt for squats and deadlifts all year round?
You're gonna get hurt, Mike.
All year round. Where's the book? Where's the big book?
Thick boy.
Will you pull that? We got to get to that. We're going to have to go into this. What would be the purpose for me to wear a belt all year long when I squat and deadlift? Shay. Okay, so Shay over here and said he's not sure. He doesn't know the answer to why I wouldn't wear a belt or what the benefit is of wearing the belt. Do not set yourself up to fail. Do not set your body up to be weaker in certain spots. Think about this. Think about how strong your legs are going to become and your upper back will become from doing squats and deadlift. Now your waist isn't going to get stronger. Why? Because it's supported. So as you get stronger and stronger, it gets weaker and weaker. Anything that is supported gets weaker over time. Believe it or not, it's not a Band-Aid or a crutch in a sense that helps it. It just keeps it safe for that moment, but it weakens it. It's called atrophy. So you're not developing the strength there. So you got all these other things getting stronger. Well, this gets weaker. Now here's the fact. Can you hurt your back wearing a belt? Yes. Have you ever seen people? Hundreds of times seen people. Remember, I came from the 80s. So we wore equipment in the 80s and early 90s. I wore a super suit, briefs, a super shirt, a double ply. I wore belts. I wrapped, wrist wrap, elbow sleeve. I did it all. Well, we didn't have elbow sleeves back then. That was a new thing. But I wore it all. And it did not translate to my life. It did not make me more muscular, even though I squatted in 800 pounds. It didn't make my body better. It was a crutch. Again, it's not you that's lifting the weight. It's the belt that's helping you support and lift heavier weight. So get past that. Get past that ego of, I need 500. No, you need as much weight as you possibly can with your own physique and your own body. All right? So to answer your question about a belt, I don't wear it. The only person that should wear equipment is the guy that said, January 1st, I'm doing a powerlifting meet and I want to win. That guy should wear equipment, and he should start wearing that equipment like about 3 to 4 weeks into training. So the last 8 weeks is when he wears equipment. And believe it or not, when we did it in powerlifting, we didn't even put the suit up until the last 4 weeks. So even though I had a super suit, which is what powerlifters wear, you put a super suit on and it's just on the bottom, and you put the belt on, it'll hold it for the legs, but you wouldn't put it over the shoulder for the last 4 weeks. So we kept adding to it as we got heavier and heavier. Because you also lift different when you use it as a spring. So there's a lot of things going into the equipment and the knee wraps and all that kind of stuff. But for everybody that's on here, all of you want to get better over time. Unless you're competing, you'd be in the Titan crew asking these questions. Unless you're competing in bodybuilding, you'd be over there. So there's the scoop there. Good? If you could eat one carb source and one protein source, what would it be? I would eat rice, white rice, never brown rice, ever. Brown rice should never even be made. And I would do the ground beef from Piedmontese. That would be my one meal. That would be I would eat every single day if I could eat one meal.
James said we shouldn't. He said we shouldn't drink protein. And I think it's because you want whole foods to keep the metabolism working, burning, and keeping you fuller longer. The other guy on YouTube, his half part was, it was the dairy that causes what you don't want.
Both wrong.
Right?
Both wrong. It just has sweetener in it. It has natural sweetener in it, and that makes you retain water. Pretty simple. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. So you don't want to do that. I would say James is closer on the second portion of it, and that is the fact of it's not that you want whole foods or anything like that. You just want food, because food is not pre-digested, where a shake is liquid. So your body's not going to speed up to digest that, where it is going to speed up to digest the food itself. So I would say his is a secondary good, but it's just the simplest part of it makes you retain water. Done. And it's the sweetener, not the milk. I'm not lactose intolerant, and most people aren't. So we do need to go into that.
Lactose intolerant?
Yeah. And we got to go into that. Maybe.
You're not?
No, that most people aren't.
That's what I mean. Like you're not lactose intolerant.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're also, you don't have a gluten intolerance.
I wonder if that would be a great one for Neil Spruce. He is the most brilliant nutritionist in the world, by far. And what I love is that he's self-taught,
right? Not
doctorate. So he never got full of just information. He studied and did it. Yeah, he doesn't regurgitate nonsense. Here's the big thing. Jeffrey, you get the percentage of this? Mm-hmm. 276. Okay. Down from 308. What is the percentage? Because I know that if you say how much weight it is, people freak out. When it's actually just a percentage of my weight relative to other people, other humans. That's to your question about drinking 3 gallons instead of 2 gallons to increase the metabolism again because you shocked the system. Good job, William. Good job. It's not so much shock the system as force the body to go on overload and release. You're basically forcing it to go, holy sheesh, way too much water. Let's release it. And it keeps going throughout the week because of the way that I take the water away. So even though we give it a gallon on the very last day, it's not even a gallon, it's 3/4 of a gallon. So it's probably a third more than what Serge drinks. We're having fun with Serge, man. He's killing it right now. He is focused. But even at that stage, because of what we did at the beginning of the week, it set it up, William. That body keeps releasing that water, which is a crazy cool thing. And again,
10%. About.
Is it really?
Like 310 to 276.
It's about 9%, isn't it?
Yeah, especially about 10%.
Okay, so I have lost 9% of my body weight from my extreme bulk to now. So 9% isn't a lot. So if you guys can calculate that in for yourself, you'll see what 9% is for a guy that's like 185. Maybe it's like about 13 pounds, not even that. So it's not a lot of weight for a guy my size. So, and it feels great to be this size and this lean. I couldn't have done it if I didn't go off season. But again, we're getting distracted. 30-day blitz, how to get ripped in the dry out. Let's get back to that. Okay, my 10-year-old son wants to start lifting weights, which I think is great, but my wife thinks it's bad for him. Can you tell my wife this is not true? Okay, Andrew, please play this portion of the video for your wife. I started at 8 years old. Out of 10 brothers and sisters in the entire family, they're all good 6'2"ers. I'm a 6'3"er. So it didn't stunt my growth, but I also was smart enough to train properly at 8, 9, 10 years old. Here's the thing I would do though, being at this stage of my game at 50 now, understanding about weightlifting even more so, I wouldn't do any exercises that compress the back. So I wouldn't do the squats, I wouldn't do the deadlifts. I would stay with more dumbbell work throughout the entire body, mostly at that age. I do train and have been training with 9, 10, and 11-year-olds from around the world that come in and train with me. And Jeremy Davis's son started with me at 9 years old. And some of the exercises we do is just a lot of machine work and things that extend the body, open up the body. And if you guys watch us work out, you'll see most of the exercises, we open the body. And for you older guys and girls, understand, even on squats, we're opening the legs up. We're opening the whole body up and the torso up. And then we also get secondary work with massage and stuff, and we stretch. So these are things that hopefully you guys understand. But to the wife, have them start doing dumbbell work, have them start doing curls and stuff like that. A lot of push-ups, a lot of handstand push-ups is what we did when we were really, really young. Handstand push-ups is something that's so underrated for young kids. Handstand push-ups, trust me, for everybody that's on here, I will bet you, and I'll send you a product, can you go over and just do a handstand push-up against the wall and hold it for 1 minute? Watch how tough it is. Watch how freaking tough it is. Just to hold yourself up against the wall for 1 minute. Try it. For Andrew, I'd love to see some photos of your son too. I would tell both you and your wife, if he is going to start exercising, his metabolism is going to go beyond what a 10-year-old, and it's a 10-year-old is already going, okay? This is where I put all that huge size on from 10 years old to 15 years old. So feed him. And I don't mean feed him once or twice a day. I don't mean have him skip breakfast. I mean feed that boy, okay? You're gonna see some incredible growth through the puberty stage, because he's still 3-4 years away from puberty, or like Jeffrey, he didn't hit it until he was 20. So this is great stuff. Great stuff. What is my PR on bench?
This is what I think for that guy. Lights out.
Yeah, goodbye.